Tens of thousands of people are without electricity tonight, with heavy ice bringing down power lines, especially in the southern counties. We're joined now by Joe Arnold, Vice President of Communications for Kentucky Electric Cooperatives. We're checking on the current number of outages. What can you tell us right now?
Among co-ops, about 48,000, and that's probably the vast majority across the state. I haven't seen the latest from the rest of the other utilities, but they've been a handful compared to ours.
It does appear that if there's any bright spot for your crews, the area is a little more concentrated than some of the events we've seen in the past.
Somewhat, yeah. I mean, to your point, yeah, you have South Kentucky and Tri-County are the two biggest ones, and then that's that area there. But it's pretty bad there.
Yeah, of course, things could get worse as the night goes along. Talk about some of the difficulties of working in these conditions.
Well, obviously, you're talking about a situation where the ice is a slow motion disaster. What you have is not only the ice that came down, the freezing rain earlier, but you have the very cold temperatures, and what that means is that that ice is going to remain for a long time, and the cumulative weight on the poles and on the wires and on the trees around it, as well as the wind gusts that are going to follow this ice storm, means that you're going to have a cascading effect. There could be future outages in addition to the restoration they're working on right now.
How do your crews determine which areas to respond to first?
First of all, critical infrastructure, hospitals, nursing homes, anything like that, you need to keep, a city or community going. But beyond that, then you're talking about as many people that you can get on at first as possible. Co-ops, even though we're rural co-ops, they still serve many subdivisions, neighborhoods, et cetera. So if you can get an entire subdivision on, you're going to work on that perhaps than over the last house on a country lane. A lot of the folks who live in the more rural areas understand the nature of that. Co-ops, by our very nature, do serve to the very last mile.
Right. Of course, people do always want to know, when are they going to get to my house? How can people keep up with the status of the repairs?
Yeah, every individual co-op is led by and owned by people they serve locally, and so each of those co-op members should have access to the website and to the app that their local utility, the local co-op uses. That's the best way to be able to keep track of that. It's always hard to tell you exactly, to pinpoint how long it will take. I'll say this: if you're without power tonight, I would not plan on returning overnight tonight. And that it's with these brutal cold temperatures, we would really encourage people to find someplace else to stay until the power can come back on. This is indeed a multiple day restoration. Very, very tough conditions, Marvin.
Yeah, and we thank you for that information. Before we let you go, we always want to remind people that you got to be safe out there, and if you come across power lines, stay away.
Stay from down lines, and also if you're don't use alternate heating elements. Now, a generator is fine, but make sure it's at least 25 feet away from your home. The most deaths that occur during these cold weather situations are carbon monoxide deaths. Please stay safe.
All right, well, we appreciate you and what your crews are doing. Thank you, Joe Arnold with Kentucky Electric Cooperatives.